With inputs from Vikas Sarthi, News Night Desk, DD News.
Is this okay now?
And that brings up our big question tonight. Will the Supreme Court judgment outlawing use of caste, community and religion in elections ensure cleaner politics? And for that we need to understand the order's implications, and to help us with it we have Sanjay K with us. He's an advocate in the Supreme Court. Welcome, Sanjay. Just tell us why in the first place was this order necessary? Because to me as a layperson, I feel the Representation of People's Act has this provision which says religion and politics shouldn't mix.
If we go by that section 123 of the People's Representation Act, it says that religion as such, 1 point.
Okay.
Then we have to correlate and we have to see that the earlier judgment which we were seeing, in that earlier judgment there was a exemption given that Hindutva is not a religion but it is a way of life. This was the gist of the judgment, the earlier judgment, where today the judges, honorable judges, have said that we are revisiting that judgment also. And they have stated that to a great extent, even if this Hindutva is, if any leader of any religious leader asks for some votes,
or political leader
based upon the religion, he is asking that these candidates should be supported or this particular individual should be supported. That is 1 point. Second is, with this judgment, not only religion, as you have just mentioned, caste, creed, religion, region, language, on any of these bases, though on the contrary, we have seen that there are political parties which are based primarily on region, language. So that is the biggest thing, first of all. And this judgment is based upon, they have stated that contesting an election is a statutory right. But if we talk about any religion or these points, religion, caste, creed, etc., these are the basics. They have implication on the basic structure of the Constitution. So they are far above than a individual statutory right. We have to see it from this angle.
But gender remains an exclusion. I can say all women should vote for me. That'll be nice.
That's gender is not because gender. Even we have cases wherein parties based on gender are also here. Some Mahila parties, as we were just discussing about it. So what exactly here is, this is a 7-bench judgment wherein they have stated that anything based upon these, anybody who is influencing,
you can't even say that this particular community is bad target. Then that's like hate speech. So this judgment will cover that as well. Even that is outlawed.
That is also outlawed. One. Now the second thing is, earlier the position of law earlier was that only the person who is contesting the election was covered under this. He will become disqualified. Now even if his agent or even to a great extent where the judges have even 4 judges were in the view, so the other 3 dissented, was that even each voter is covered. Even if one voter is saying to the other voter, no, please vote for him because he is a Hindu or he is a Muslim.
So will this also cover this point about say political manifestos before elections, that if I'm a political leader, I cannot put it in my manifesto that for this particular community I'll have this much quota?
No, this is, certainly it will cover in its strict sense. But now, if you see that the point which is put
or I will give fans to one community and gold to another community or whatever.
It's now with this judgment you cannot put all these things. They are strictly barred, and it has a far-reaching impact, I must say so, because today if by implying this judgment few candidates are barred, then this practice will be very good that way. It has far-reaching positive impact on the
But you don't think this will lead to too much litigation?
Certainly.
It will.
Yes, it should. Because
but it's required.
Why? But you have to protect the fundamental system the fundamental basic structure, as the judgment says, that if
because a lot of leaders, they utter certain things and then the case just keeps going on and on. Like this case was on for 24 years.
Yeah, this even.
So how will it ensure that I will not be able to derive benefit from what I say, something very inflammatory, very divisive, in an election that is happening from 2 months from now, when the judgment comes 24 years later?
That is one thing which also has to be, as I feel that law is very dynamic. Law is not static. That day will also come when this court, the Supreme Court, will say that such judgment should come up in a very, very quick manner and a speedy manner. These such litigations where the moot question, otherwise everything will be gone. He will complete. The person who is who has challenged it will not be able to see the judgment because the tenure of the person who has taken or who has misused the law.
What more do you think can be done, in terms of implementability, since the Election Commission is the real watchdog, the first watchdog of the entire electoral process? Do you feel that something can be done to further empower the Election Commission as well?
Most certainly. There is a big need of that. There are so many things which the Election Commission has to see. Like we have seen that not only this, that there are so many other things which are required in electoral reforms.
Naturally.
So this is one of the very fundamental point. We generally see, few days back only we were seeing, in television only we have seen that political leaders like Mayawati and like the current CM of Uttar Pradesh, their parties, they are asking that Muslims will be with us, Muslims will be. Now they have to be careful. If such thing is happening, now we have to, another thing, as you have just asked, what Election Commission? I think there is a need that Election Commission should have given, there should be more strength, more power, more authority be given to the Election Commission, so that these orders, such I would say positive orders, are implemented also.
Okay, let's hope that happens in the forthcoming elections.
Yes.
We see a certain change in how people and particularly leaders address the potential voters. We'll watch that space very carefully. Thanks a lot for joining us for the time being.
Thank you very much.